Here we've got it. We're into an election campaign. Rishi Sunak wants to reform A-levels. I think he's a twit. I have taught A-levels extensively, and I've taught the same subjects in the International Baccalaureate, which is English in all but name. And the British Baccalaureate, which he wants to bring in, if it's going to follow the International Baccalaureate in style, is a debased version of the A-level. I think the International Baccalaureate has a lot to recommend it. But in terms of scrupulous hard work and preparing for top universities, there's nothing better than the A-level. The International Baccalaureate involves a huge amount of work, but much of it is bureaucratic, and much of it is about technique rather than content. And the technique of answering an IB essay is very different to the technique of answering an A-level essay. And frankly, when getting to university, it's the A-level format that one needs, not the IB format. The IB has the advantage of a slightly broader range of subjects, but there's no reason why schools shouldn't offer students the option of taking 4 or 5 A-levels rather than the current 3. I think, quite frankly, if you can cope with 3 A-levels, you can cope with 5, particularly if you've chosen them, and particularly if they're in subjects that you are interested in rather than subjects you are forced to do. A student came over from another country at my encouragement and enrolled in a school to do English, and was promptly told that he couldn't do that he had to do economics and geography and maths. In the end, he managed to get geography changed to history, but he was very frustrated. And I thought, well, they're charging him money to force him to do subjects he doesn't want to do. Quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. And they get away with this. And because of the visa system and the Home Office and that sort of in-hoik relationship, the student has very little choice but to go along with this, because if they opt out, if they run away, then they have a visa black mark applied to them. And if they try not to pay, they have a visa black mark applied to them. So they are bullied into submission. And I think that situation has got worse and worse over the last 10 to 15 years. And it was something that I brought up a long time ago with both Andrea Leadsom and Theresa May. And I don't think any of us had a very pleasant experience of those conversations. In my case, I don't remember being allowed to talk, but I did write a great deal. And in their case, they lectured me about how many students we were taking in this country from other countries, which wasn't really the issue. And A-levels are something, we do them, when we do them well, we do them very well, to the point where students from other countries are really very keen to come here and do them, because it's a sort of testing thing. And I don't think that universities in any subject offer a range of work which is harder than the A-level. The A-level really prepares a student for university and for afterwards. But if Sunak's plan is that he simply wants students to study more subjects, well, then I think that's perfectly reasonable. They should just start studying more A-levels. And the GCSE systems are certainly not designed for a broader curriculum in the sixth form. They aren't really designed for preparing students for A-level. It's a great shock. The what's it called? Middle school program or something? The International Baccalaureate program for the main school is probably slightly better if you're going in that direction, but you have to change the whole system. And some schools offer Both the IB and some schools offer A levels and GCSEs. But changing the way we examine students isn't actually going to change the way we teach them. We are teaching students with too many handouts and not enough thought. We need to be dividing our time between mentoring and giving information, and frankly, most of the information that we rather arrogantly assume we as teachers can give, the student can get quite well out of a book if well guided and mentored, or from the internet if well guided and mentored. And we need to be giving less information and doing significantly more mentoring. In fact, I think a lot of the information can best be provided by well honed videos and online teaching. That's my opinion. It's something I tried to roll out while I was running a department of education in Moscow, and it's something I would be quite happy to roll out in the UK. But it's replacing A levels with some form of IB is just election fodder and means absolutely nothing. It's not been thought through. But that's nothing new for Rishi Sunak, is it?